Hello, I'm Carolyn Herbert from the Finance News Network, and joining me from Orocobre is Managing Director and CEO Richard Seville. Richard, welcome back.
Good to be here.
First up, can you give us a quick recap of the company and its projects?
Yeah, certainly, Carolyn. Orocobre is an ASX 300 company. We're also listed on the TSX. Our flagship asset is a lithium project up in the Puna, up in northern Argentina, in the province of Jujuy. We've been in production there for about a year. Our partner is Toyota Tsusho, part of the Toyota Motor Group collective of companies. And we're in ramp-up mode, and we're making very, very solid progress. Our other assets are boron assets in the province of Salta. We purchased these off Rio Tinto Minerals a few years ago, and we're just about to get the spotlight on those assets as we now have more management bandwidth.
Thanks, Richard. So can you provide us with an update on your progress since we last spoke and where you're heading?
Certainly, Carolyn. We did 2,332 tonnes of production back in the first quarter, and this quarter we're on track to hit 3,000 tonnes. So our ramp-up is clearly going in the right direction, and we expect to hit nameplate capacity in September. We finished all of the mechanical side of the debottlenecking process back in January, and right now it's all about getting optimal performance. It's about the optimization of process, recoveries, reagent consumptions, availabilities, and so getting the most out of the plant. And our step-by-step improvement in production rate is testament to that improvement, that process. On a quality side, as James presented in Las Vegas last week, James Calloway, our chairman, in the week before he presented, we produced 86% battery grade material and 14% technical grade material. So I'm very happy with the way this plant's developing. It's good.
So what can you tell us about the lithium market at the moment and current and future pricing?
Well, it's a good place to be at the moment. And the reason for that is that although there's been strong demand growth over the last few years, the supply side really lagged it. As you'd be aware, SQM has got its problems with the Chilean government and shelved all expansion plans. Albemarle was late with its expansion plans, and really the burden's fallen on us from the Western world to be the supply side response. And we're just not enough there. So there's been in our time, exposure to the market's moved from being relaxed from a customer point of view to being very nervous on supply. And as we go forward, there's a great sensitivity about security of supply. The unknown for us really is the area of uncertainty, be a better way to put it, is the dynamic in China. China's got a sector that's based on conversion plants, and it's their capacity and the delivery of spodumene concentrates into those that is the area of uncertainty, and whether that can make up the supply that's necessary.
And is there any indication of how that flows into future pricing?
Well, that supply and demand balance certainly affects pricing. When we did the feasibility study, we used a long-term pricing, which is the historical average of $5,500 a tonne. This quarter, we should be receiving more than $7,500 a tonne. That's actually received into the operation net of commissions and insurance and freight. And next quarter, we're expecting it to be north of $10,000 a tonne. And I think those firm pricing arrangements or conditions are going to last some considerable time. You can look at the kind of forecasts by Deutsche Bank. They're in excess of what we're talking about there. So very good place to be entering the market.
And finally, Richard, what are the company's goals over the next few months?
Well, our principal objective remains to get to nameplate capacity at Olaroz. That's what we've been working for over the last year and a half, and that's our primary objective. And we're on track to do that. But at the same time, we're working on the growth aspects of the company. We've got more management bandwidth now. We've employed some more people in management, and we'll be doing 2 expansion studies. The first is a scoping level study for Olaroz, looking at doubling capacity there, and we'd hope to have the results on that at the end of the third quarter. And considering in that, we'll be looking at the potential for producing lithium hydroxide as well as lithium carbonate. And then with Borax Argentina, we have recalculated the resources we purchased from Rio Tinto Minerals, and we've got a very large resource base at Tincalayu. This was work done in 2014. And we can scope the scale of a new project there for potentially 120,000 tonnes of borax decahydrate off a pretty modest capital investment. So that will be feasibility level work, and that should be completed in this coming half. So we've got a lot on.
Richard Seville, thanks for the update on Orocobre.
Pleasure, Carolyn.